Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for, and that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to, and it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to Lopatich Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for Digital Days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamonti, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamonti, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Why deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? We've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Loyal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Loyal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone. As if the company here wasn't enough to stop in, try one bite of our highly acclaimed pizza and you're sure to be hooked. Visit our website at hotelloyalpizza.com or call us at 724-537-3741. Go Cats!
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
It's the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group as we welcome you inside Greater Latrobe High School for this massive WPIAL 5A contest that we have for you here this evening. This sensational, this fun Section 1 matchup coming up between the Greater Latrobe Wildcats and the Franklin Regional Panthers. Hello everybody, we are pleased to be with you on the Wildcats Network on this Monday night. I'm Colton the Bystron alongside Richard Hillwig. Richard, this game means so much to Class 5A in the WPIAL. Franklin Regional and Greater Latrobe, both teams that are trying to eye that section championship, and Latrobe with a win here tonight, they may have a strong case to try to break that conference regular season championship in Section 1 when the season comes to an end in the regular part of the season.
Yeah, they're looking for their first section title since the 2023 season, in which the Wildcats won it in 4A. This year for the Wildcats, they've only had one hiccup on their season, and it was on March 24th at Penn Trafford. It was a 9-3 loss, but since then they've been on a roll. They've won their last 5 games. They started the season winning their first 4, and they've averaged 9.2 runs per game. And the one thing that I think is impressive throughout this entire stretch of the season for the Wildcats is, apart from that one game, I feel like they haven't pressed that much as far as the approaches that they've taken. They've taken what's been given to them. In particular, over the last 3 games, they have walked a tremendous amount. And that's been a hallmark of Coach Bassiano's teams dating back to when he got here in 2004. So credit to the Wildcats. They're having a good start to the season. But like you mentioned, the true test, I think, will come in the second half of the season, starting tonight against Franklin Regional, and then when they play what was expected to be the preseason section champion in the Plum Mustangs.
And on the other side for Franklin Regional, this also is a double header. These two teams will meet in Murraysville tomorrow. And on the other side for the Panthers, 3-1, 8-2 in overall play. A 2-game winning streak coming in to this game with 2 non-conference victories against Seneca Valley and Connellsville. By the way, both of those victories, both in extra innings at Haymaker Park in Murraysville on the campus of Franklin Regional High School. So like we talked about, this is a big game because both of these teams have the ambition of winning the section championship heading into the WPIAL playoffs. That obviously secures you a spot as one of the top seeds for the 5A postseason. And for the Cats, they know that they have one player circled in their minds heading into this game, and that is the Vanderbilt commit, one of the top prospects in the entire state of Pennsylvania, Panthers, Luke Williams.
Yeah, Luke Williams returns for Franklin Regional this year. He was a star last year for the Panthers. He had a .345 average with a 1106 OPS, 19 RBIs, and 27 RBIs. We apologize for the wind here at Greater Latrobe, but for our fans that know this is considered the wind tunnel here, especially tonight. It's been extreme. Williams had 27 runs and stolen bases last year, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him on the base paths tonight, not just in the batter's box, but he plays a really good shortstop as well. This season, he's batting .527 through the 10 games for the Panthers. He is committed to Vanderbilt, like you said, and MLB scouts have already reached out about Williams this year. We got some fans here for Colton, so that's what the noise is about. Franklin Regional's won 5 of their last 6, including, like you said, 2 8-inning wins over Connellsville and Seneca Valley. And Colton, the one thing that's interesting here to keep an eye out for, the Wildcats played 3 games in 3 days last week. Franklin Regional, like we touched on, played 2 8-inning games last week. So both teams have had their rest since Thursday. Both teams should be fresh, and the pitchers, that being Nico Fioravanti for Franklin Regional and for Cole Short for Latrobe. They should be ready to go here for long outings today.
Yeah, no, sorry about that, my friends. If anybody was listening, some friends of mine who I go to the gym with stopped by. Their son plays for Franklin Regional, so that's what that was. So yes, indeed, a terrific game that we have coming up for you here. Latrobe and Murraysville meets tonight, and we will give you a look at the starting lineup first for the visiting Franklin Regional Panthers. Luke Williams, of course, we talked about he was supposed to play at Vanderbilt. He was supposed to head down to Charlottesville, actually, to take on Virginia, to play for Virginia, but with the announcement last year of Brian O'Connor departing UVA after leading the program for over 20 years, heading to Mississippi State, Luke Williams decommitting, and he is now committed to head down to Nashville to play for the Commodores, and he will be the game's first batter. And going down the list on the starting lineup for Franklin Regional, number 5, Liam Bernadowski will be batting second, Anthony Mitchell batting third, Tim Perrone batting fourth, Dylan Parado batting fifth, Mouse Toomley batting sixth, Tyler Quinn batting seventh, batting eighth is Nico Fioravanti, the starting pitcher for the Panthers. Number 27, Lucas Brazil, rounds out the starting lineup as the first pitch is fired by Cole Short to the Vanderbilt commit Luke Williams, and it's a strike.
This is going to be an important top of the first inning, Colton. You don't want to mess around with the top bats that Franklin Regional has, that being Bernadowski, Williams, and Mitchell. Those are a three that can beat you, really quickly. So it's important to at least get these three. Maybe they might be long at bats. In Williams' case, he knows how to work the count. He knows situational awareness. So it's going to be key here to try and get these first couple outs.
Williams, another strike. 1-2 count to number 12. Going down the list of the starting field for the Wildcats, Josh Short. Receiving balls, pitches from his brother Cole. He is behind the plate. As Cole Short fires away, and that is down low. 2-2 count.
Yeah, that's a good miss there. That's a good pitch away. Again, try not to give Williams anything that he can demolish out of the field here. It is historically hard to hit home runs here at Graham Sabota Field, but we know Williams can do that with the power that he has in his arsenal.
Tip to Williams, count stays at a 2-2. Noah Noel is over at first for the Cats. Grady Ruffner is at second. Luke Bolabosh at third over a Short. With the pitch fired by Short. Another tip. Wisniewski, the starting shortstop for the Cats here this evening. Joey Crimboli is in left field. Out in center field, it is Mason Hubes, and in right field, Joe Russa. Two, got him! Cole Short strikes out Luke Williams to start the game.
Really good pitch there by Cole Short. Up with heat. Williams couldn't resist, and that is a good start for the Wildcats here.
It's going to be Liam Bernadowski. Panthers are led by Robert Saller. He's been the head coach for this program since 2010. He is a teacher at Franklin Regional Middle School. And the pitch is going to be fouled away for a 1-1. We've got some students out here tonight. They're joining us here for this big WPIAL 5A section matchup here this evening. And the 1-1 pitch is going to be high into the air towards foul territory, and it is going to drop foul right in front of us here up in the broadcast booth on the Wildcats Network. Well, not literally in front of us, right at the bottom of the hill. I should have brought my glove, Richard. If I would have known we were going to be set up, as you can see with our camera view, this is where we're set up. I would have brought my glove if I would have known.
Yeah, this is the one thing about Graham Sabota Field, is that you always have to be alert with foul balls, especially to the right side.
Bernadowski, and that is grabbed by Hughes, out number 2.
Well, good start here for Cole Short, trying to settle himself into the game.
Mitchell. The junior for the Panthers.
Mitchell, the point guard for the Franklin Regional Panthers basketball team this past season. Playoff season for Franklin Regional once again, basketball.
And this is going to be foul. It will be in play. Wisniewski having the back pedal to get under it, having to take a few steps. Ruffner was there with him, and it is a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the first with the Cats up to the plate when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Back here on the Wildcats Network, we move along to the bottom of the first, having a look at the starting lineup for Greater Latrobe. Ty Wisniewski will be batting first for the Cats. Grady Ruffner batting second. Cole Short, who had the strikeout swinging to Luke Williams, to start things off. He will be batting third. Noah Noel, the fourth batter in the lineup, also the DH for the Panthers. Batting in the fifth spot is Joey Crimboli. Batting in spot number 6, Luke Bolabosh. Batting in spot number 7, Josh Short. Batting spot number 8, Joe Raza. And Mason Rubis batting in the 9th spot for the Cats.
Ty Wisniewski's had a good stretch of games over the last 3 games for the Wildcats. He was 2 for 2 with 2 walks in last Tuesday's game. He went 1 for 4 with double and 2 RBIs in Wednesday's contest. So he has been a good leadoff hitter for the Wildcats this year, and on the year, Ty is batting. He's 10 for 27 with 2 doubles, 12 walks, which is a really good number for a leadoff hitter. 4 RBIs and 4 stolen bases. So we saw it during football season that he is a dual threat, and he is an option to run on the bases. He was used as kind of a courtesy runner last year. He's become that leadoff hitter to get on base and steal bases as well.
Nico Fioravanti getting the start on the mound for the Panthers. He will throw his first pitch to the starting catcher. It is Dylan Parado, and it is into the zone for a strike. Tyler Quinn, the third baseman for the Panthers, over at second. Anthony Mitchell at third. Miles Toomley. Starting shortstop, of course, Luke Williams batting, and in the left field spot, that is Tim Barone. Liam Bernardowski in center field, and Austin Visnick in right. 1-2 count to Wisniewski. Fioravanti fires the lefty, and he gets Wisniewski low. A strikeout for Short on his first batter, and Fioravanti does the same to Wisniewski.
Yeah, good pitch down in the dirt there. Got Ty to bite. Bring up Grady Ruffner here, who has had a strong season for the Wildcats as well.
And there is a swing and a miss. Oh, my apologies. Ty Wisniewski, he was still up. But now he strikes out.
Yeah, they must have gotten the foul ball there. So, again, that is our apologies. I didn't even catch that as well.
Yeah, as you can see from our vantage point, it is a little hard to see, especially foul tip. So, yeah, I want to apologize there. Wisniewski having a second chance, but he did strike out there. And now Ruffner's up to the plate.
Ruffner 10 for 29 on the season. He does have a home run for the Wildcats and a double. 13 RBIs for Grady this season, including 3 stolen bases and 7 walks.
driven out to right in foul territory. Ziznik was trying to run it down, and it goes out of play at 0-2.
Again, trying to get those good at-bats going here against Panther pitching.
And the 0-2 towards left center. Perone digging under it, and the trifecta drops. Williams was going for the catch. The slide in, the second. Ruffner is safe. The triangle for the Panthers. Williams, Perone, and Bernadowski cannot find it. And the Cats have a runner in scoring position as a result.
Well, that's one thing that we're going to see here tonight is the wind is going to carry this. It seemed like a seamless pop-up to the shortstop, and it carried out all the way into shallow center. The wind is going to be a problem tonight, but also, especially with it being with a relatively few clouds here, the sun glare is going to be key, especially in the first couple innings here for these outfielders tonight.
Got the pitcher versus pitcher matchup here with Cole Short. With Ruffner, I believe that is going to go down as a double. No error there, it's just the wind took it. Bernadowski, Perone, and Williams going for the catch, and it just happened to land in front of all of them. And Short fouls that away in 0-2. Would you call that a double, Richard?
I would call that a double.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean,
there was no errors, just nothing they can do. Just lost it.
Yeah, if our viewers watched the Pirates game yesterday, those pitches out in Wrigley were carrying if they were even hit in the air. So kind of the same thing here tonight, and especially with the location of where Graham Sabota is, it's just going to carry even more.
Short, another foul ball.
Cole this year leads the team with 7 doubles. He's got 9 RBIs to his name and is 18 for 39 on the season. So if there's a runner you want in scoring position here that can drive the ball far, it'd be Cole Short in this scenario. Just step off by Fioravanti.
This big 5A matchup tonight in WPIAL. The fellas from Latrobe against the fellas from the surrounding areas in the Franklin Regional School District. And Cole Short strikes out swinging for out number 2. 2 Ks for Fioravanti to start this game. Bring up the DH, Neo Noel.
Seen 4 righties against the lefty here to start for the Wildcats.
Noel, he swings on the pitch, and that is down for a base hit. Ruffner rounding third. He heads to the plate. Cats strike first. Noel delivers with the RBI single with 2 outs.
Jumped right all over that first pitch by Fioravanti, did Noah Knoll. And again, a good start here for the Wildcats. Cole Short delivered a strong first inning. The bats come through in the bottom half of the first, and in this big matchup in which the Wildcats took both games last year, they jump out in front first.
And we talked about to start the program, these 2 teams will meet tomorrow as well in Murraysville. Crimboli on the next pitch, and Quinn makes the grab to end the inning as Neil Knoll, the RBI single to score Ruffner. Cats lead 1-0 as we move along to the top of the second when we come back on the Wildcats Network.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group. The RBI single for Knoll. The score is Ruffner, a 1-0 lead for the Cats as we move to the second. Panthers going 3 up, 3 down offensively in the first, so we shall see what they can do as we start the second.
Tim Perrone will lead things off here in the top half of the second, followed by Dylan Parado and Miles Tomley, Franklin Regional.
Got the fellas from Latrobe against the fellows from the surrounding areas in the Franklin Regional School District. You got Murraysville, Export, and Delmont.
And I can tell you, Colton, that these two schools have an intense rivalry regardless of the sport.
Only a half hour away from each other. You and I were, of course, on the call from, boy, that nail-biting back and forth game at Latrobe Memorial Stadium in, I believe it was September or October.
It was September. And both basketball games between the two schools this year were nail-biters as well, as that pitch is fouled off there. Relatively close to us again. I'm telling you, Colton, everything that's going to carry over to this first base side is going to be in play for us tonight. So we got to be careful of that.
I'm bringing my glove next game we're doing. Perrone is going to swing this one out to left, and that is going to hop off of the fence towards Crimboli. Perrone on his way the second. A leadoff double for the Panthers to start the second.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting there by Perrone. Kind of a must swing there, 0-2 defense swing. Cole trying to put him away and laces a double. And it gets over Crimboli's head, and trying to respond quickly are the Panthers here.
Franklin Regional, 5 years removed from their 5A championship in 2021, taking down Bethel Park 2-1. Greater Latrobe, of course, taking the inaugural 5A championship in 2017. I believe the last teen WPIAL championship for the school.
You would be correct.
Both of these teams having the ambition of making it to Wild Things Park in late May. Try to hoist the WPIAL title and head to states. And the 1-0, low again, the short, Josh Short, 2-0.
Yeah, the Panthers got to be careful here. I've noticed throughout the last couple of games that I've watched here for the Wildcats, they've got to watch Ty Wisniewski. He's incredibly smart at the shortstop position. We saw him throw. He's a great passer as well for football, and he's got a great arm. That's why he plays such a great shortstop. So he just has such a smart ability for the game. They got to watch out for that tonight.
It seems like that's a common practice for your quarterback to also play shortstop as well because of the throws you have to make. 3-0 count here. Parado lets that one go, 3-1.
He's great with making off-balance throws as well. I know we didn't see that much during football season, but from what I've seen throughout the course of the season here for baseball, he can make those off-balance throws. That one's popped up.
Ruffner should have no problem. He gets under it for out number 1.
Well, good job there by Cole Short, kind of just, calming things down here, keeping things under control. It's much easier to manage, a runner at second and 1 out as opposed to potentially a runner at first and second, no outs, or a runner just at second, no outs. So he was able to get that first one here in the inning.
There's Tomley with Perrone still holding at second. Tomley takes strike 1.
Short 21 pitches here through 1 1/3 inning.
Of course, can't throw 100 in a game. WPIAL rules, and throw over 25, 26 to 50, you got to rest 1 calendar day, so that means that Short will, of course, not be yet ready will not be able to see the mound for Game 2 of the series that will head to Murraysville tomorrow. 2650 pitches, you need 1 calendar day of rest, 51 to 75, 2 days, 76 to 100, you need 3 full days of rest.
Yeah, well, the good news is for the Wildcats is that this season, not only do they have Cole Short, who's been a good pitcher, there's a swing there by Tomley, counts 1 and 2. The good news is that Aaron Gaske's pitched so well for the Wildcats to start this season that they kind of have that 1-2 punch that I don't think maybe a lot of people expected coming into the season. My guess is Aaron Gaske would go tomorrow in the second game.
Be at Haymaker Park off of School Road in Murraysville. The 1-2. This one is going to be grounded over the Ruffner, gets the out at first. Perone moves the third.
Busy inning for Grady Ruffner there, but playing a sound second base. The Wildcats, and this is all about just executing the right pitches here, the fundamentals here. Don't want to put things in harm's way here. And base is open, so as Tyler Quinn will step into the box here.
Tyler Quinn, the senior. His older brother Tim also played baseball for Franklin Regional and played a little bit at Mercyhurst. Quinn taking a 1-0. Down low 2-0.
Yeah, I think being a little careful here and understanding the situation that base hit or any misplay scores a run here, so
3-0 count to Quinn.
Obviously knowing that a base is still open.
Strike 2.
And we'll get himself back in the count here.
Or actually, my apologies, strike 1. They put that up on the scoreboard real quick.
Yeah. Fez and Nick don't mess around, Colton. Someone who's been around Latrobe for a while, they don't mess around here.
Now it's a full count. Started at a 3-0. It's now full. Short. An extra second to think. With Perone right in front of him at third. Foul tip. Quinn keeps the at-bat alive.
I like this kind of approach here by Cole Short. Kind of a little passive at first. Maybe not trying not to put himself in harm's way to start. But now that he's kind of gotten some chases, kind of worked himself back in the count, trying to be aggressive here.
Check swing. He didn't go. Ball 4.
It was close, and you know, it was not the best angle for us up here, but I do think that he held up. So it is first and third with 2 outs here.
Pitcher versus pitcher matchup. Nico Fioravanti.
I actually think that Lucas Brazel is going to hit for Fioravanti.
Oh yes, he was listed at the DH.
Yeah, he is the DH for Fioravanti, so it'll be Brazel, and then Vincic will bat 9th.
And the 1-0 gets outside 2-0 count.
Again, I think he might want something on the ground here at this point. Throw over. That's something that Wildcat pitching has been good at over the last couple of years, has been being able to get those pickoff attempts. Checking in on Quinn at first.
And another check with Short stepping off.
Yeah, looking over at Perone there at third.
plate umpire having to get some balls as that was a 2-1.
Interesting to see here what the approach is for Short. He wants to attack here on 2-1 or not. Decides to try and get a chase there.
One more ball, bases loaded for the Panthers.
He's at 35 pitches now, so lengthy second for Cole Short here. It's a good pitch there.
Back-to-back full counts.
And got him to offer at that one the second time. Kind of a similar pitch as the one before, so see here decides what he wants to do. If he wants to go down and away or if he wants to kind of get it upstairs.
And that is going to be slapped in the center for a base hit. Perone is going to score the tie of the game. Quinn stays at second. Lucas Brazil delivers with the RBI single with 2 outs.
And that's a good at bat there by Brazil there. Able to just smack that one into center out of the reach of Grady Ruffner, and a lengthy second inning for Cole Short continues here.
6th batter in the order here, the starting center fielder, Austin Visnick. Throws a strike. Cole Short. Short definitely looking for a rebound here after giving up the walk to Quinn, and Brazil the RBI single with 2 outs.
The one thing about Cole that stood out over the last couple of years is, especially, him starting a lot of games last year and throughout this season, is that even when he's gotten himself into trouble, he's found ways to limit the damage and manage things. He has a perfect record on the season. So 2-1 now the count. That pitch missed away. It almost got away from Josh Short there.
Panthers trying to get back to the top of the order with Williams on deck. Runners were thinking about going with 2 outs, swing and a miss, 2-2.
He's got 41 pitches now.
See what Short can throw on pitch 47. Runners will be on the move here. 2-2, swing and a miss to end the inning. Another K for Cole Short. Striking out batter number 1, Williams, and striking out Visnick to end the top half of the second. But Lucas Brazil, the RBI single to tie the game. Perone scores. 1-1 is the score as we move to the bottom of the second when we come back on the Wildcats Network.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to a Paddock Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
We're back on the Wildcats Network, a 1-1 score as we move to the bottom of the second in this big WPIAL 5A matchup here tonight.
It'll be Luke Bulabosh leading things off for the Wildcats here in the bottom half of the second, followed by Josh Short, the catcher, and Joey Raza, the right fielder.
Having a look at the other Section 1 matchups tonight, Kiski area making the trip to Catania to take on Armstrong, and Penn Hills taking on Plum tonight.
We kind of touched on this about how these last 3 weeks for the Wildcats are going to be a nice test here for what they'll see, not just in the playoffs once they get there, it looks like, but for kind of winning that section title that they haven't won since 2023. There is a strike to Luke Bulabosh there. Plum we were kind of looking at the rankings from when things came out, as it's 1-1 now on Bullabosh. The Wildcats were ranked number 1 this week in 5A. Plum was number 3, but I'm kind of surprised that Franklin Regional wasn't at least mentioned in the top 5, knowing the kind of star power that they have, but also the fact that they're 8-2 in 5A, I think, stands out. Bullabosh goes down swinging here. Fioravanti will pick up another strikeout.
They're Greater Latrobe in that 2023 section championship season. They were the 5 seed back in the 4A days, defeating Kiski in the first round and then taking down Chartiers Valley in the semifinals, and of course losing to Hopewell in the 4A championship game at Wild Things Park 3 years ago. It's been, of course, 9 years since Latrobe made it to the 5A championship before heading down to the 4A ranks, and 2-0 is going to be upstairs for a 3-0. And what were the years again, Richard, when Latrobe moved down to 4A and then went back to 5?
It was 23, so it was only for 2 years. It was 23 and 24, so it was kind of it was, ironically, it's kind of like their football seasons when they were both in 4A at the time. That's at least how I always remember, when they won their section title. It was the year kind of correlating with football. So Josh Short's going to work a walk here.
Runner on with 1 out. The Cats, of course, lost to Montour in the quarterfinals of the 4A tournament in 2024 before moving on back up to WPIAL 5A section. Of course, defeating Fox Chapel in the first round game last year, and trip to the semifinals on the line, but lost to Pine Ridgeland 8-7. Pine Ridgeland would, of course, go on to lose to Shaler at Wild Things Park in the 5A championship.
Aaron Chappell's going to be the courtesy runner here for Josh Short. Josh with his 6th walk of the season right there.
And the 1-0 fouled away, 1-1.
Joey Raza at the plate here for the Wildcats. 5 for 11 batting this season for the Wildcats. He's got 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, along with 4 walks and a stolen base. The Wildcats ran wild over the last week. Stole a lot of bases, especially in the last 2 games. Is that pitch in the dirt there? It's now 2-1. I guess dirt is the wrong terminology here for Ramos Savota Field, being in the turf.
And that pitch is going to be fouled away. Left side, or right side, I should say, and that's fouled away towards the fans, 2-2.
Yeah, Greater Latrobe had 16 stolen bases over their last 2 games, Colton. 7 in Wednesday's game at Kiski area, and then 9 on Thursday's game. Penn Hills says there's a line drive into left by Raza.
And Chappell is going to head to second. The 1-out single for Raza.
Let's see if the Wildcats can get back in business here over these next couple batters here. Franklin Regional's bottom half of the order did a lot of good work for them, generating some good at-bats. Let's see if the Wildcats can respond with their bottom half.
9th man in the order with Rubis. Baron Chappell at second, and Raza at first. Strike to Rubis.
Fioravanti's at 30 pitches now for the Panthers. So again, try and see if, the Panthers were able to work Cole Short.
That gets away. Chappell, the third. Raza heads to second. 2 runners in scoring position for the Cats.
That certainly helps things, and that puts the pressure more on here. I imagine the infield's going to come in here for Franklin Regional. Big opportunity here for Mason Rubis. Kind of interesting to see how they approach the lefty-lefty matchup.
Rubis swing and a miss for strike 2.
Rubis went 2 for 3 with a triple and 2 walks, along with an RBI. Thursday's win at Penn Hills.
Rubis swings and misses. Another strikeout for Theo Ravanti.
I'm not sure if we could hear it, but it was a foul ball that went right into the catcher's glove because he did make contact with it, just foul tipped into the glove. Would have been nice if that got away, and so now the infield will back out. But I think if you want someone here in this position, it'd be Ty Wisniewski. He's got again, been getting the hits, and he's been getting on base over the last week.
Theo Ravanti, lefty. The lefty versus righty matchup here in the box outside 2-0.
I think Ravanti's got to know that first base is open. Ty Wisniewski, one of the Wildcats' better hitters, one of the more hotter hitters as of late. Probably wouldn't be the worst thing to walk him here, but then also you got to play with the guy that doubled off you in the first inning with Grady Ruffner, so it'll kind of be pick your poison here, I think, or being up 2-1 in the count, he might just go after him here.
Cats will take the lead on a base hit. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
And big pitch here upcoming.
Two with 2 outs. Got him again. Back to back for Theo Ravanti. All 3 outs. All Ks for the Panthers. So we move along to the third. This game still tied at 1. Panthers leave 2 runners in scoring position. We'll be back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
Why deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? We've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, Luke Williams leading things off for the Panthers as we move to the top of the third. The Cats with 2 runners in scoring position on second and third, but K's galore in the top half of the inning. 3 strikeouts in the frame for the Panthers and Nico Fioravanti.
Again, because the Franklin Regional bottom half of the order did so well, top half of the second, I imagine that Cole Short did not want to face the top half of the Panther lineup here this quick of a turnaround in the second inning. Or in the third inning, my apologies.
Be seeing Luke Williams again. Struck him out looking to lead off the game. Or struck him out swinging to lead off the game. And the first pitch gets in for a strike.
And another good start here, and I think you start with being aggressive here. That's what Cole did well in that first inning. Also, got to understand that, being aggressive is good, but with a great hitter that's batting over 500 on the season, you also got to be a little careful.
1-1.
Yeah, that's a good miss
2-1.
there. That's a good miss. You'll live with those.
Is going to take a whack at this one, and that is going to get down to left center for a base hit. Williams on his way the second. The throw in a leadoff double for the Commodore commits.
Well, again, if that's going to happen, it's glad that there was no one on. And the one thing about the turf field here, I was talking with someone about this earlier. The ball is going to hop. It's not going to die out there, and you won't lose. It won't stop out there more often than not. It's going to hop on there. So, the outfielders typically here at Graham Sabota, they're going to play these on the hops well if they get up against the wall. So.
Bernardowski, he swings at the first pitch, is going to stay in the infield, and it's going to be grabbed by Wisniewski for out number 1.
And that's a good response there. The Wildcats, again, much like the second inning, the Wildcats gave up that leadoff double. And then they were able to work. They kind of got themselves into trouble. Let's see here if Cole Short can kind of do the opposite of what happened in the second inning.
Anthony Mitchell, the third batter, only working with 1 out. And one of the best players in the state at second. We talked about it with Luke Williams. He was, of course, originally committed to Virginia. He was going to head down to Charlottesville. Anthony Mitchell takes a ball there on the outside, and Brian O'Connor, the shocking news in the college baseball world last year, leaving UVA after 21 years, winning the national championship for the program in 2015. Over 20 years leading the charge for that program, and heading down to the end to the SEC, heading to Mississippi State. Williams, he steals third, and that is going to get away. Throw in by Crimboli, not in time. The mistake for the catch. Panthers capitalize. They lead 2-1.
I was just about to say, you could get that feel that on base, he's going, regardless of which base he's on, whether it be second or first, he's going to take off. 27 stolen bases last year. There's no denying that the speed is there. So I think that's one of those where, again, the throw, you want to make the throw. You understand that it's more likely to get him out at second there, and I think he would have scored anyway.
Yes, he would have indeed scored there on the single to Mitchell.
But again, that's what the top of the Panther lineup can do here. Mitchell's a great athlete with basketball as well, so he is someone to be reckoned with, and especially when you pair him with Luke Williams.
I'm talking about Luke Williams with a little bit of his journey. We left off after Williams had the third and then the wild throw over there to Bullabosh. And Williams was originally committed to go to Virginia. Brian O'Connor leaves to take the job in the SEC at Mississippi State. Williams decommits from Virginia and commits to Vanderbilt. And he is the second Panther to strike home. Franklin Regional, their first lead of the game as well. The 0-2-2 Perone on the foul ball.
And I know we're talking a lot about Luke Williams. There's a reason why he's the number 29 ranked prospect according to most MLB rankings and prospect rankings. Mitchell's taking off here.
Might have to go back if this is a foul ball. Trying to get under it as Josh Short cannot come up with the catch in the backstop. And if Luke Williams is curious to see if he even goes to Vanderbilt, depending on where he might get drafted in the draft over the summer. And if he does make the majors, he will become the second player in Franklin Regional history to make the majors. And sometime in the game, Richard, we're going to have a little Colton Tobias story time about the first and only player that has played in the majors for Franklin Regional, who went to Franklin Regional. On the wild pitch there, Josh Short cannot make the high grab, and Mitchell gets the second as a result.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think interesting. They tried to hit and run on the last pitch, and so I think Mitchell was going to be on the move regardless. But the wild pitch just made it much easier.
And Cole Short is going to have a conversation with his brother.
Yeah, again, 1-2 count here to Perone, who doubled off of Short in the second inning. So
got things started.
Yeah. So again, it was a relatively smooth first inning for Cole Short. Now the Panthers are kind of taking those good at bats, those lengthy at bats. Cole Short's already at 54 pitches through 2 1/3. So hoping that he can get things going there. It looked like a little bit of a step off there by Short there. And again, much like Williams, Mitchell is a threat to run, regardless of the base.
And the 1-2 hit high and deep to left. Crimboli chasing it down, and he has the grab for out number 2 as Mitchell racing on back quickly to second.
That's a big out there.
Now bring up Parado.
And again, with Mitchell and Williams' speeds, the hits here are going to bounce most likely, and they're going to be good for the outfielders to grab off of the bounce. But again, the speed of those two, they would probably score if those balls were hit and in play. So, big one there to get. And another good miss there by Short. Dylan Parado.
Parado had the pop-up to Ruffner, his first time up. That was in the second. And that pitch is going to get low. A nice block by Josh Short, but it moves to a 2-0 count. Pitch, now a 2-1.
And, last year with, kind of a lot of the same Panthers, Latrobe was able to win both games, but they weren't easy games. They won in extra innings in the game at Franklin Regional, and they won a 9-8 kind of slugfest game here at Graham Sabota Field. So these games are far from over, but have to keep it within reach to try and limit the pressure that you have to put on yourselves here.
3-1 to Parado. Full count.
And again, I don't know if a walk is necessarily the worst thing here, but given the fact that he's at 60 pitches, I probably can imagine that's the last thing he wants to do, and that's what he did.
That is what he does. The walk to keep the top half of the third alive. Mouse Toonley now up.
That's the second walk of the game. He pitches, and looks like pitching coach Mike Polinsky is going to go out there and have a word with him, see how they want to approach this. Stay here on the Wildcats Network.
And we'll see, got the pinstripes. I love that classic look for the Wildcats.
Yeah. New uniforms a couple of years ago. The Wildcat players make them look, they wear them good. Especially under the lights here at Graham Sabota.
We've got the orange and black. And if you did join us for our Franklin Regional Greater Latrobe football broadcast in the fall, and told this story about how the Panthers got their blue and gold. So familiar around this area. This could have easily been a battle of blue and orange tonight. So making a miss. Toonley for strike one. Franklin Regional used to be called Franklin Area High School back in the 50s. In Franklin, we talked about Franklin Regional, the school district. It's the school district for Murraysville and also two neighborhoods, Export and Delmont. Export had a high school, their own high school, of course called Export High School. Their colors were orange and black, just like what the Cats have, and the Franklin Area High School, they were called the Longhorns, as there's a strike. No 2 to Toonley.
This will be big for Cole if he can get out of this with just the one. Wonder if he'll go away here, down and away. Try and get him to chase here.
And that is going to be pushed over for another ball.
Don't hate that pitch, though. It's in a good location for a batter to swing at.
And that one hit on the line, out to left, diving catch! Crimboli saves a run, and the Panthers are still ahead by 1, but the Panthers should have had possibly 2 more runners come home, and Crimboli denies it. The Keith is a 2-1 lead for Franklin Regional. My goodness, we got to take a breath after that play. When we come back on the Wildcats Network, Panthers still lead 2-1.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My goodness, Richard, back here on the Wildcats Network. This could have easily have been a 3-1, possibly a 4-1 game, but Crimboli, the miraculous catch out in the left field to keep this a 2-1 game.
Yeah, especially because he dove. If he didn't dive, it was going to be a 3-1 game, but the fact that he dove put the risk at putting it 4-1. Really good job by Joey Crimboli there, and if anyone knows from watching hockey, not last year, but the previous 2 years, Joey Crimboli's got the speed to kind of make those plays.
And the 1-0 to Ruffner, a double in this game, facing a 2-0 here. In the past setting, we were talking about how Franklin Regional had got their name, the Panthers, as this one is going to be out to right field. Visnick went away. And so Franklin Regional, back in the day, it was Franklin Area High School back in the 50s, and a neighboring community, Export, Pennsylvania, had their own high school, Export High School. Those two schools ended up merging in the early 60s, and Franklin Area, they were called the Longhorns, but their colors were that blue and gold that they, of course, have here today, but they were called the Longhorns. Export Area, their colors were like the Cats. They were orange and black, and they were called the Panthers, and during the merger in the early 60s, the agreement was Franklin Area, they were able to keep the blue and gold, but they changed their name to the Panthers. So if the decision was flipped, this easily could have been a battle of orange and black tonight. Off of the wall, Cole Short on his way to second. He is going to get there with a 1-out double.
We'll just add to his team-leading double total for Cole Short. That'll be number 8 for him. Hit number 19. And again, it puts... Yeah, it was that close to a home run. I said earlier that home runs here at Graham Sabota Field are uncommon, at least over recent years, but I was almost about to eat my words there.
You know, it's funny, Richard. I should probably tell that story more often because something miraculous happens for Greater Latrobe when it does. If you remember, I told that story during our football broadcast, and who was it who ran for the 62-yard touchdown? I think it was it Ackhammer?
You're putting me on a spot here.
No, I should know this. I should know this.
I'm going to feel bad. The one time I don't have my notes on me, Colton.
And then as I tell that story again, Cole Short hits that double in the center, inches away from being a home run. I'm talking about that story. So, you know, it is kind of crazy, Richard, because when you think about it, if that decision was reversed, if Franklin Regional, when them and Export merged, it could have easily have been a battle of orange and black if the decision was reversed, if they kept the Longhorns name but had the orange and black instead. And moved their colors to the orange and black after the two schools merged. And there is a swing and a miss for Knoll for the strikeout for the second out.
Well, let's see if Joey Crimboli can add to his heroics after that fantastic catch and left to save a run. Let's see if he can help bring home a run to tie this game for the Wildcats.
First pitch is upstairs for ball one. It was Chris Cochran. That's who had the 62-yard touchdown.
You're right.
Took me a second to think about it. I think it was 72 yards because I did post that on my social media page, but that story meant a lot to me because the reason I told that story was because my grandfather told me that. 2-0 moves to a 3-0. And a conversation here for Vio Ravanti. On 3-0 count.
Yeah, Mitchell in on that conversation along with Parado as well. Again, I imagine that a walk is not kind of the worst thing again in this scenario, knowing there's 2 outs. And that's what happened.
Crimboli the walk. Bring up Bolabosh. Go ahead, run it first.
Big moment here for the Wildcats.
First pitch is outside.
Kind of looking for those patient clutch at bats here. It's been characteristic of the Wildcats for so many years.
Here's the 1-0, upstairs 2-0.
Yeah, they're trying to. It looks like Fioravanti is trying to get the Wildcats to chase here, and I don't think the Wildcats should be biting on those high pitches.
Another 3-0 count for Fioravanti. One more ball, bases are loaded for Josh Short. His brother would move the third, Crimboli the second. Bolabosh doesn't swing at it, doesn't need to. Another 4-pitch walk. The second 4-pitch walk in a row given up by Fioravanti to load the bases.
Yeah, so I actually think that there's a courtesy runner at third for Cole Short. Hard to make out what the number is. I don't want to assume.
If you want to keep talking, Richard, I'll get my binoculars.
Okay. So it'll be interesting to see here, I think, what the Wildcats decide to do. Whether they kind of just take what's being given. I think Fioravanti is going to attack Josh Short here, although Josh Short did work the walk against Fioravanti. There are 2 guys that can absolutely hurt you with the power and the double ability, that being Josh and Cole Short, that at least the statistics back up here. So again, we'll see what the approach is here from Fioravanti, but after kind of, working through well over the last kind of the first 2-3 batters of this inning, he's worked himself into some trouble here.
It's Alex Amon.
Okay.
Yeah, with the reason to have a pitch runner knowing that Cole Short, starting pitcher,
right,
got that double.
Alex had a strong season for the Wildcat basketball team this year. There's a strike, so back in the strike zone is Fioravanti.
Josh Short out to center, going back towards the track. It is off of the wall. Cats take the lead and then some. It is going to be a triple or maybe an inside the park home run. A bases clearing triple. Josh Short.
What a swing by Josh Short. It was a hard play at the wall there for Bernadowski in center. They're going to check and see if he's okay, but then actually the fence kind of, that's kind of the one risk here about the fence here at Greater Latrobe is that it's not solid. The fence is movable. I think Bernadowski is okay. It looks like he's going to stay in the game. But it looked like he misplayed that ball at first, and Josh Short absolutely ripped it off that pitch by Fioravanti. And again, talk about a clutch hit for the Wildcats. Josh Short delivers it.
Amon, Krimboli, and Bolabosh scoring the 3-run RBI triple for Josh Short. Bernadowski trying to go for the catch out in center field.
Chappell's going to come in and be the courtesy runner for Short.
Once again. They were calling him home. Trying to make the case for an inside the park home run, and the inning is going to be kept alive by Raza, and Chappell is going to score to make it 5-2.
I'll talk about a big swing of momentum there. The walks end up coming up to bite Fioravanti. And the Wildcats with their clutch hitting again. Much like the Panthers in the second inning, the Wildcat bottom of the order comes through with some clutch hits and some clutch at-bats.
Rubis inside for ball one. And that one is going to be hit foul with the fence, 1-1.
So now Fioravanti's hit that 60-pitch mark, that short hit. The third inning. So unless both pitchers get some quick innings here, both teams will have to go to some extra arms here this evening. Joey Raza is a threat to steal bases as well.
Got him on the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for the Panthers. But a 3-run RBI triple for Josh Short. Joe Raza adds on another to score Chappell, and it is a 5-2 game. Cats getting 4 runs in the bottom of the third. So we move along to the fourth when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for, and that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group, how can the Panthers respond? Down by 3 after the huge inning for the Cats. It's going to be Tyler Quinn leading off for the Panthers to begin the fourth.
Yeah, big inning there for the Wildcats. They were able to put 4 on, and all of that was done with 2 outs. And it's not necessarily about the hits, although the clutch hitting by Josh Short there, but it was just about taking what was being given there. The 2 walks there by Fioravanti, my apologies. At the end of the day, the pitcher's worst enemy are the walks, and that's ultimately what came back to bite Fioravanti in that third.
Cole Short walked Tyler Quinn in the second. It's a 1-1 count. See how Franklin Regional can respond.
4 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks for the Wildcats in that third inning, giving Cole Short a 3-run lead. His second lead to hold tonight was 1-0 after 1 inning of play.
And the 2-1, missing a 3-1. Last thing Cats wanted to do, give up a walk to give some momentum to the Panthers. Quinn lets it go, ball 4. He gets walked for the second time.
Again, here comes the Panther bottom of the order. Trying to make some noise here.
Brazil, the RBI single, his last time up in the second. Scored Perone to tie the game at 1. Brazil almost got out on the reach. Yeah, she did go around strike 1. Check on the runner. Tag applied by Noel. And the 0-1, driven out the center. Rubis, 1 out.
And good job by Rubis there, kind of playing that, making that good first step back and then assessing, charging in when needed, and it's a good response at bat there by Cole Short. Looks like the Wildcat infield is in a double play depth here.
Bunn trying to take it back, throw back the first, tag applied, safe. I think Quinn maybe trying to get a head start, looking for a steal possibly.
Vincic struck out to end the second inning. Again, they're keeping an eye on Quinn there at first. So after that one, Brady Ruffner charging over.
Knowing what Luke Williams can do, who's on deck. Trying to advance a runner in the scoring position.
Yeah, I think if you have to attack Vincic here, knowing that Williams is on deck, representing the tying run.
And the 1-2 got him on the reach. 2 down.
Really good pitch there by Cole Short. While it's not best case scenario, it limits the potential threat for Williams at the plate.
His third strikeout. Williams was his first. He sees him for the third time. Swings on the first pitch. Skies it up. And it's foul.
If that stayed fair, it was going to be trouble for Crimboli in that corner. I know that.
There goes Quinn. He has to go back.
Here you go. You're in a favorable spot here if you're Cole Short, because you don't necessarily have to be aggressive here. You can kind of assess, pitch away a couple times, pitch down a couple times, maybe even pitch high over the zone to try and get a chase here, but I don't think much in the zone here. It's not my list.
Call strike 3 to Williams.
And he froze them. What a pitch.
It's Short's first backwards K on the night. So we move along to the bottom of the fourth with the Cats still looking to extend on their 5-2 lead with the top of the order up for the Cats when we come back on the Wildcats Network.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Loyal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Loyal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone. As if the company here wasn't enough to stop in, try one bite of our highly acclaimed pizza and you're sure to be hooked. Visit our website at hotelloyalpizza.com or call us at 724-537-3741. Go Cats!
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
We're back.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, we head along to the bottom of the fourth. Ty Wisniewski leading things off for the Cats. In the battle of the Cats here tonight.
Yeah, so far, Cole Short, 4 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs. One of those was on, I believe, a wild throw to third that scored Luke Williams. The other one was on, just checking things here as we have some visitors here stopping by. So we'll see here how Fioravanti approaches this. He's gotten Ty Wisniewski both times via the swinging strikeout. First pitch is away, line away.
So can the Cats try to extend their lead some more?
Fioravanti had 64 pitches.
Now 65, that's a ball.
Really important inning here for the Wildcats. Kind of keep the momentum going, even if there's no runs here. Try and get some good at-bats going.
Got ball 3, 3-0 count. Cats getting things started with Josh Short, the triple. And third base coach, it seemed, Richard, that at first he was thinking about a case for maybe an inside-the-park home run, as like you mentioned, Bernadowski collided with the fence as he tried to go for the ball, and the Panthers, they were able to throw it back in just in time because the third base coach, he was singling Josh Short to come home as Wisniewski takes first on the walk.
Well, that's Matt Bassiano. That's on the third base line. He's a terrific third base coach. He's a terrific head coach, and I know he wants to be aggressive, but he's always about, preserving what you have on the base as well. So, and again, I find in high school, at the high school level, that the outfielders are so good with the arms that you have to be 100% certain in order to send them. In that case, Franklin Regional's got a lot of good arms out in the outfield. Again, it ended up paying dividends. They got the run across regardless, so.
It's one of the rarest sights in all of baseball. Inside the park home run. I've only seen 2 the past 2 years. Saw one in 2024 in a D2 college game, and I actually saw one in a D1 college game last year that I called. Actually, place Luke Williams was supposed to go to. UVA.
Virginia.
Yeah, it was actually the team they were playing, Dartmouth. They got an inside the park home run. One, two, moves to an even count.
A good hold there by Ruffner. It's 1 for 2. The double and came around to score the first run of the game for the Wildcats.
Thought about swinging, called strike 3. Now bring up Cole Short.
And it was Cole's double in the third inning that really sparked things for the Wildcats. And the walks piled up for Fioravanti, and then the two biggest hits of the game, as there goes Wisniewski. He's going to be in there. Wild pitch.
Gets away from Parado.
So runner in scoring position here for Cole Short, who recorded his, I believe, yes, 8th double of the season here earlier tonight. And then Krimboli and Bulabosh both walked. Short with the triple, and Raza brought home courtesy runner Chapel. So 5-2 is where we stand here.
Krimboli, Bolabosh, and Chapel all scored, as well as Ahmad. It was Ahmad, Krimboli, and Bolabosh scoring on the triple to Josh Short. They check back, the tag applied by Mitchell.
That almost got away from Mitchell. There an almost wild throw by Fioravanti. That's a good and important play there by Mitchell, because if not, Ty's going to third easily.
Short, grounded to third, coast-to-coast throw, the reach, in time by Quinn for out number 2. Nice throw there by Toomley.
And that's actually one of the first. I think there was one other one. Don't quote me.
5-3 put up.
I believe that's only one of the other ground outs that we've had today for both sides.
From my calculations, Richard, that's the first ground out we've had.
Okay, so
having a quick look at my book.
Yeah, both teams are putting the ball in play.
No up to the plate.
And that's another thing about this wind here. You're going to see, especially kind of tonight, it's kind of died down a little bit, but it's still here. You're going to see a lot more flat balls than you would ground balls in the infield.
And it was a windy afternoon that we had for the Greater Latrobe softball game, taking out Franklin Regional on a mercy roll earlier on today.
Yeah, I imagine that had an impact.
Yes, it was very windy.
Yeah. That must have led to a lot of the runs the Wildcats had today.
Game ending in 6 innings. 17-7 the final.
That's a big win for the Wildcats softball team. So they're trying to close in on a playoff push here.
Just like these two teams.
Counts 0-2 on Knoll here.
3-1-3 run lead for the Cats. Trying to add on to it. Wisniewski at second. Knoll lets that high pitch go. Ball 1.
They're keeping a good eye on Ty at second. I know he's a quick base runner. I'm also not surprised that he hasn't taken third yet, knowing how kind of important that run is there as that's fouled back.
Two.
82 pitches now for Fioravanti, so
18 left.
Yeah, he's getting near. Well, I do think that if I'm correct with the rule, they're able to finish the batter if it goes over 100. But after 100,
gets away now. Wisniewski will head to third. Thinking about heading home. Again, the third base coach playing aggressive there, as he was eyeing maybe a single to try to send him home.
Yeah, so full count now on Noel. Wisniewski at third. And again, I do think that he would be able to finish if he goes over 100 in the batter.
That one out to right, trying to go for the catch. It is going to be caught by Visnick. Visnick tracking it down. A terrific run down in foul territory to end the inning. It is still a 5-2 lead with the Cats in front as we move to the 5th. When we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to Lapatich Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for digital days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Back here on the Wildcats Network as we move to the fifth. Luke Williams with the backwards K to end the top half of the fourth. So it is going to be Liam Bernadowski leading things off for the Panthers as we move to the top of the fifth.
And Cole Short is still out there for the Wildcats. Have to hope for a relatively quick inning here, I would imagine.
Do you have his count, Richard?
I have the free version, so it will be quick, and that is as quick as
so close, safe, dropped by Noel.
It was going to be close either way.
Would you give him a base hit there?
I think
Bernadowski.
It's close. I probably would. I will see what they rule here.
Because you're right. I think he would have beat out the throw, even if Noel would have been able to hold on to it.
It was close, and they will give him the hit there. It appears.
So it's going to bring up Mitchell.
Yeah, Cole Short at 81 pitches here for the Wildcats, so
19 to go.
Yeah, he can put himself in a good position here to get through 5 innings tonight. Leave 2 for the Wildcat bullpen.
A ball to Mitchell.
Yeah, got to get through these first 2 here.
And that is a big rip out to right, and that is going to drop. Bernadowski on his way the third. They wave him home. The throw to the plate, there will be none. 5-3.
Yeah, good swing there by Mitchell, and we saw another one of those plays there. Almost looked like it was going to go over the fence. I thought initially that that had a chance to go out. Raza played that well off the bounce there and kept that. There was never going to be a chance, I think, to get Bernadowski with his speed. So now Mitchell alone here, and
oh, check on the runner. Tag applied by Ruffner. He's safe as Ruffner. He was thinking about throwing it home, and I think once he saw there was no play, he just kept it.
I think, they kind of. I couldn't see really well out here where we're positioned, but I don't know if there was a bunt potentially trying to be laid down.
Trying to get Mitchell the third.
Yeah, and instead of, because Ty went over towards the third base side. Kind of a neat little try and pick off attempt there as well there on that play. Count will start at 0-1 to Perrone.
Moves to a 1-1.
Well, again, the good news is because the Wildcats were able, that clutch hit by Josh Short and then that insurance run there, the insurance RBI driven in by Raza, that run by Raza to get that home, that becomes a huge play because you've built yourself some cushion here. Obviously, you want to keep it right now a 2-run game, but the Wildcats do have some leeway here. And Cole could try and be a little bit more aggressive to Franklin Regional hitters.
1-2. 2-2 down.
And again, another pitch there. That's a good miss.
Mitchell, the lead at second. Short checks back at him and delivers. He fouled away right side.
Mitchell's got hits on each of his last 2 at-bats. He hasn't gotten past second base, though. Singled back in the third inning and doubled here in the fifth.
Here's the 2-2. Got him.
That's a big one there.
First out of the inning. Bring up Parado. With Mitchell still at second.
Fifth strikeout for Short there.
Having a discussion with his brother. They may be knowing that he doesn't have that much time left on the mound.
He's got 11 left. At least 11 guaranteed. Nice if he can get a quick one here. Try and give himself a chance to get through 5.
Parado. Here's pitch 90. Fouled away. Parado will walk his last time up in the third. Here's the 0-1.
It is a strike. So he's put himself in a good position here. And maybe, oh, my apologies. They did call that a ball. So 1-1 here.
Parado lose that one go. Head of the count, 2-1.
So I'm going to trust the scoreboard now. It's 1-2 now. So they must have called the last pitch a strike, the one before the last one. So 1-2 now.
And that is going to be slammed into center field. Mitchell is going to score. Throw back in by Rubis. 5-4. The RBI single for Parado.
They're going to get a courtesy runner here for Parado.
It is number 10. That is Evan Meeker.
Cole Short's at 93 pitches.
Short potentially. Toomey might be his last batter. Check on the runner, on the tying runner. It's Meeker on the RBI single for Parado. The score is Mitchell.
And looks like the Wildcats are in a double play depth.
Toomey doesn't get the call. Ball 1. There's the 1-0. Moves to a 2-0. Evan Meeker, the sophomore. The big lead at first. It's ball 3. Tyler Quinn on deck. Toomey, strike 1.
Just worked himself back into a position here to give him a chance this at bat.
And 3-1, ball 4. Tying run at second, go ahead run at first.
And
Bring up Tyler Quinn.
I think that's going to be it for Cole Short here.
Seems it is. Getting towards the 100 pitch mark. He didn't get past it already on that at bat.
I think he's going to get one more bat here because he is under 100, so he is allowed to continue through this at bat. Mike Polinsky out there for the Wildcats, pitching coach.
So Short. Yes, he will indeed stay on. and possibly one more batter. With one out, Tyler Quinn up to the plate has been walked twice on his first 2 at-bats. With Meeker at second on the RBI single for Parado, and Toomley the walk at first. Quinn gets away for a second to just short, and he sends it back to his brother.
That's a good block because if it got past runners at second and third, kind of takes away that double play possibility. So it was a good thing that he kept him in front. He actually didn't see it initially, but the fact that they kept it in front kept the runners from moving.
Now the pitch to Quinn. Down low once again for ball 2.
So now this will be his last batter of the night.
It is a 3-0 count to Quinn. Brazil on deck. Strike 1 to Quinn.
It'll be interesting to see if Quinn offers at anything, knowing that he's been walked twice.
He doesn't, and he doesn't need to because that's a wild pitch, and the runners had the third and second. Tyler Quinn has been walked for the 3rd time. Maker the 3rd, Toomley the 2nd.
Yeah, that's going to be it here for Cole Short. He's responsible for all 3 runners, but 4 in the 3rd innings pitched. 103 pitches. 5 strikeouts to his name here today.
So a new arm will be coming in for the Cats with the bases loaded when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group, with the Panthers 1 base hit away from tying the game and possibly taking the lead.
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for, and that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to, and it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
It's going to be Joe Raza, the new pitcher coming in from right field. Owen Teslovich is now at right now. Cole Short staying in the game. He is at first. Noel Moose, the DH.
First pitch fouled off there. Good start for Joey Raza. Who, on the season, Raza's pitched 12 and a third innings with 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, 9 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and he's got a 2-0 record.
Roselle with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Base hit will definitely tie the game and possibly take the lead for the Panthers, finding their way back after being down 5-2. Brazil out to right. Teslovich going for the catch. He cannot find it. It is going to be a lead for the Panthers. All 3 runners trying to come home. The slide. Everybody safe. Maker, Toomley, and Quinn score. 7-5.
Again, getting a good pitch to hit there. Just, again, another bounce, sharp bounce up to the wall. Really no chance for Teslovich or Rubis to make the play there. And Franklin Regional, again, it's been tough sledding. You know, one team gets a strong inning, the other team gets a strong inning. Back and forth here.
Besnick almost hits him. The base is clearing. RBI double for Lucas Brazil. Maker, Toomley, and Quinn scoring.
Yeah, all those runs will be charged to Cole Short.
Swing and a miss, 1-1. Panthers with Luke Williams up next. All 9 batters, it seems, will get a turn the bat for the Panthers in this inning. Barring a double play, but the percentages of that are very low with the runner on second. Besnick, the tip. Josh Short making contact with it. Two, and there's a strikeout.
Yeah, he got him. Good pitch there by Joey Raza. Down and away.
And here comes Luke Williams. 2 strikeouts, 2 different ways, swinging in the first, looking in the fourth, and the double in the third. And they are going to make the decision to intentionally walk.
I can't say I don't blame him because already down 2. With his ability to make contact, don't want to have any risk of driving home this run.
To bring up Bernadowski, who started off this inning with a single, and he is going to have an extra base hit here. Brazil scores. Here comes Williams as Rubis calling that he cannot find the ball out in center field.
Yeah, that's going to be a ground rule double. Williams will go back to third, so just the one will come across for Bernadowski.
Brazil. It was Brazil scoring. Bernadowski gets the second, and Williams at third. So Brazil the only run counting there, and it's 8-5. Bernadowski. And that one is going to get into right. Williams will now score. The play at the plate. Bernadowski slides in. He's safe. 10-5. Anthony Mitchell delivers for the Panthers. Another RBI in this inning. Wasting no time getting the Panthers ahead by 5.
Eight innings here in this 5th inning for the Panthers. And again, they can They can score in a hurry. There's a reason why they've won 8 games. There's a reason why they average a lot of runs per game as well. Both Franklin Regional and the Wildcats average north of 5 runs per game. The Wildcats crushing that number of 5 runs per game, almost over 9. So they're going to need that average. They want to have a chance to come back in this one.
2-2 to Perone on his second at-bat. The 12th batter up to the plate for the Panthers in this inning.
I think he went there. Yeah, he did. Two and two the count now. Six hits and 3 walks for the Panthers here.
Perone, third. Bolabosh over the short. And the nightmare inning for the Panthers comes to an end. 12 batters coming up to the plate for the Panthers. They were down 5-2 to start the inning. Now they are ahead 10-5, sending 8 runners home as we move to the bottom of the 5th. When we come back, you're watching the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group.
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
So the reason that the double play was in order for the Panthers, Crimboli stepped on second, and he tried to go with the third a little too early. Bernadowski making the catch out in center field. Panthers, all they needed to do was touch second, and that's exactly what they did. And it's still a 10-5 lead for the Panthers as a result on the mistake by the Cats.
Yeah, that is a mistake by the Wildcats there, and especially with the fact that they only had 7 outs remaining when that mistake happened to try and just cut into this lead. Not putting yourself in a great position to try and come back here. So, again, Wildcats, they can score. They just got to find a way to quiet the Franklin Regional bats here for these final 6 outs.
Let's see what Raza can do. Parado leading things off for the Panthers.
Looks like Aaron Chappell's going to be pitching, the new pitcher for the Wildcats here.
So it wasn't a long out into Raza, having to come in that tough situation with the bases loaded. Cole Short stays at first. Owen Teslovich still in right. And Parado leading off for Franklin Regional as they try to extend their 10-5 lead.
Parado's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk.
And it seems the Panthers will have to try to find a new second baseman because see Anthony Mitchell warming up on the bottom of the hill from our vantage point here on the Wildcats Network. Chappell fires his first pitch to Parado. And it's a ball.
Aaron Chappell's pitched 8 2/3 innings this season with 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He's got 9 walks, 14 strikeouts to 9 walks on the season.
And the 2-0 moves to a 2-1.
And again, this is a big game for both sides here, obviously, because Franklin Regional would, if they were to hang on here as that pitch goes foul, or no, my apologies, it's going to be out to Crimboli.
And he gets under it for the first out. Now it's Toomley. Latrobe 5-1, Panthers 3-1 in conference play.
Yeah, so this is a big game because it kind of clumps everyone together a little bit in the section, obviously. Penn Trafford, I think, is a little bit down a leg just because they did split with Plum and Latrobe, and they still got Franklin Regional left. Meanwhile, for the Wildcats, they still have the remainder of this game, but also they have both games against Plum, and they have the second game against Franklin Regional tomorrow. Weather withholding, there's expected to be rain throughout the remainder of the week here, so we'll see if and when these games will be played. I expect that game is expected to be played tomorrow at 4 o'clock at Haymaker Park in Murraysville.
And the 0-2 moves to a 1-2. Swung on the right. Teslavich, and Rovner going for the catch. Teslavich calls him off for route number 2. It's going to be big for the Cats so they could send the Panthers down in order. Tyler Quinn up to the plate. He's been walked 3 times.
Yeah, and the Wildcat Bats have been able to, I wouldn't say keep up because Franklin Regional had that lengthy 5th inning, but they've been able to at least generate offense almost every inning. So try and get those bats back up, try and get some work against the new pitcher, which I believe to be Anthony Mitchell, unless Fioravanti can face one more batter in the 6th inning. So far, Aaron Chappell's made good work here, quick work here in the 6th inning. An 0-2 count here to Tyler Quinn.
Oh-2, outside, 1-2 now.
Nice visit from Andy Tash there, supporting the Wildcats tonight.
Out to left. Crimboli, 1-2-3. 3 flyouts for the Panthers. So we move along to the bottom of the 6th. 6 outs remaining. Cats need 5 runs to tie when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for digital days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Well, Mason Rubis thinking that he would have had an at-bat in the bottom half of the 5th, but Joey Crimboli, who had 2 flyouts in the top of the 6th, leaving second base early, was trying to advance the 3rd on a pop-up to center field. Anthony Mitchell will be the new pitcher on for the Panthers. Fioravanti nearing the limit. And we're going to have some changes in the field for the Panthers, with Toomley now playing second. So we're going to have a new third baseman for the Panthers. It is Bernadowski coming in from center. So that means we need a new center fielder for the Panthers. And a swing and a miss to Rubis on the first pitch thrown by Mitchell. Two pitches, 2 strikes. Or see, 1-1 now.
Wildcats need some good, patient at-bats here.
And the new center fielder is Meeker.
6 outs to try and get 2 runs here. Counts 2-2 now.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mitchell strikes out his first batter. Back to the top of the order for the Cats with Wisniewski.
Ty walked in his last at bat. Struck out twice against. And I think Matt Bassiano's talking with the umpire, the home plate umpire, it looks like.
Wisniewski waits to take his at-bat. Cats go back to the top of the order, down by 5, working with their final 5 outs.
I think Ty's going to be happy that Fioravanti is out of the game, knowing that he struck out the first 2 times. See if Ty can get on for Grady Ruffner here for the Wildcats.
Like we've been talking about, these two teams will meet in Murraysville tomorrow at Haymaker Park. And there is a way you can watch the game tomorrow. Our friends at the Westmoreland Sports Network will have coverage for you.
Appreciate the work that the Westmoreland Sports Network does. Let's cover our, not just Westmoreland sports, but our Wildcats as well.
Wisniewski lets that one go, 1-1. Strike 2. And like Richard said, pending weather, unfortunately, I'm dealing with potentially some showers all week long. The 1-2, well, pitch, doesn't really matter, no one's on base. 2-2 to Wisniewski. Ball 3, full count.
I wonder what the approach will be from Mitchell here. Try and get him to chase.
He's going to swing at it. Shallow center. Meager going for the catch. It is going to drop. Wisniewski on his way to second to throw the tag, the slide. He is out. Wisniewski thinking he would have had the extra base as the Panthers were throwing it back in. Tag applied by Mitchell.
You can't hate the aggressiveness there by Ty, understanding that, look, we need 5 runs, and with his speed, it's not necessarily, a bad idea, but the other end, you do need runs, and you only have a limited outs to do it. Try and get 5 of them. So again, I could see both sides of the just try and stay, but also need those runs.
One the Ruffner. Two quick outs for the Panthers on the Cats. There might be 3 quick outs right here in foul territory. Quinn trying to track it down, and that lands right at the bag at first as Mitchell was going for the catch. Toonley was there as well.
We've seen a lot of... It hasn't impacted it much over the last couple of innings here because the wind has died down, but 3 Panthers were in the vicinity there. Whereas the previous one for Ty, like 4 Panthers were in the mix to get that one.
2-2.
That's a good take there by Grady. Just laying off there.
And the 2-2 Parado. Got away from his glove for a second, throws it back to Mitchell, who now works with a 3-2. Ruffner, bouncer, count stays full. And it's ball 4. Bottom of the 6th is not done yet.
Job by Grady there to work the walk. Wildcats would prefer to have one of their hitters, their lead hitters in Cole Short up in this spot here.
First pitch outside for a ball. Check on Ruffner at first.
I don't think in this scenario you have to worry about Ruffner or any base runner taking a base here for the Wildcats.
Because Wisniewski tried to. Did not work out. And a 2-0 to short.
I think now here for Cole, try and be aggressive here. Try and get something that you can hit. I know obviously it's not that great right now with maybe as hitter friendly as it was in the first couple of innings, but try and see if you can get something here.
Foul ball, 2-2. Short gets away. Ruffner walks back to first. Another full count. Looking at the third full count in a row for Mitchell.
Yeah, they're making Mitchell work here.
Checks back to Ruffner at first. And delivers the payoff. Ruffner on the move on the payoff pitch. He has to go back. And a base hit could be big here, obviously, for sure, because knowing it's a payoff pitch, Ruffner's going to be on the move no matter what. So if he gets a base hit, Ruffner might have a chance to get the third. He's going to send that one low, gets away, drops strike 3, and he is going to get there safely, and the runner, Ruffner, the third. That's like how Short drew it up.
Yeah, good awareness there by Cole. Good running there as well, and good awareness by Ruffner to get to third. So here's a good opportunity for the Wildcats here to potentially try and get something to get at least maybe one of these back here going into the 7th inning. Can never count out the Wildcats this season with how they've played over the course of the first month.
In Short, since he's not on the mound anymore, he's going to stay and run. And a swing and a drive out to center field. Meeker backs up and makes the catch. Noah with the big swing out to center field. But he comes up short, getting a base hit. I think he was trying for a rare home run. So that is how we move to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Brazeau, Visnick, and Williams up to the plate for the Panthers. We've been talking all night about the story of Luke Williams, who will, of course, be heading to Vanderbilt, but is one of those top prospects in the MLB draft, one of the top players in the state. And if Luke Williams does get to the majors, he'll become the second player to come out of Franklin Regional to reach the mountaintop that every baseball player dreams of. And the first, and up to this point, only Franklin Regional player who has made it to the majors. His name was Bob Moose. Bob Moose grew up in the White Valley neighborhood of Export, Pennsylvania. Played at Franklin Regional. There's a plaque in the high school that talks about his story. Played for the Pirates from 1967 to 1976. And his most memorable day as a Pirate was on September 20th, 1969. He threw the third no-hitter in Pirates history at Shea Stadium in Queens against the Mets. Mets will go on to take the World Series that year. He had 6 strikeouts in the game. One of 6 no-hitters in the 1969 season. Bob Moose finishing out his career with the Pirates, 1967 to 1976, was also on the World Series team in 1971 when the Pirates defeated the Orioles. Had 827 strikeouts in his career and 76 wins. So another legacy seems to be on the way for baseball players coming out of Franklin Regional High School, as Luke Williams will look to write his own story. That one is going to be out to right. Teslavich gets under it for out number 1.
Colton, I'm glad that you know your knowledge because I could not have known that. And to be honest, I did not know that.
Well, there actually is a backstory, Richard. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, sure. I knew that on the back of my head. Bob Moose actually grew up in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And it's very special for me to tell that story because he was friends with both of my grandfathers. So my grandfather actually was on a Little League team that won 88 games in a row when he was in his early teen years. And Bob Moose was their bat boy.
Okay.
Doc Ellis.
Small world.
Indeed. And Bob Moose, unfortunately, he was actually killed in a car accident on his 29th birthday in 1976. His former teammate, Doc Ellis, was with the Pirates. Of course, he was with the Yankees at the time. Doc Ellis actually pitched the 4th no-hitter in Pirates history the next season in June of 1970. Doc Ellis was with the Yankees, but he actually flew in by helicopter into Export for the funeral.
Okay.
And so a conversation here with Chappell as
I think the home plate umpire and coach Matt Bassiano are having another discussion there.
Indeed they are.
So it's going to give an opportunity for Chappell and Short to kind of figure things out here. Head coach Robert Sadler was also there in that conversation for the Panthers, so we play on here, and as soon as I say the wind is gone, the wind is back. Chappell starts with 0-1 here.
And that one is going to be hit on a line foul over the 3rd.
Chappell put together a strong 6th inning for the Wildcats to keep Franklin Regional really not give them anything. Really just quiet them down after what was a loud 5th inning of work. Panther bats in which 8 runs scored.
And the pitch hitter, it's Thomas Verrugio on the ground. Wisniewski fires it over for out number 2. Back to the top of the order with Luke Williams.
Yeah, 5 up, 5 down here for Aaron Chaplin.
And so that we talked about Luke Williams looking to become the 2nd Franklin Regional Panther to reach the majors. Assuming he might be picked in the draft. We shall see. Be him. Like we talked about Bob Moose. And another story about that, Richard. So my parents own a painting business, and my dad actually painted Bob Moose's sister's house one time. And they have a plaque from the scorecard from that no-hitter that he hit at Shea Stadium in 1969.
Wow.
Yeah, he showed me a picture of it again because I texted him to tell him I was going to probably tell that story the night. Yeah, and he texted me that picture. It was a few years ago. I know he showed it to me before. It's been a while since the Pirates have had a no-hitter. That Cordova no-hitter at Three River Stadium in 1997. That walk-off home run by Mark Smith. Ricardo Racone also had the pitch in that game because that game went into extras against the Astros. Only 6 no-hitters in Pirates history. And a Franklin Regional graduate has the 3rd. And Luke Williams, ball 4.
It's just so calm at the plate. So aware of his plate discipline. even when Aaron Chaplin's kind of in a groove. Understanding.
There
Nothing's
goes
in.
Williams.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at that speed. He gets down to second safely.
And really, it wasn't even close. That's how fast he is. And again, we touched on it. 27 stolen bases last year.
Bernadowski almost making contact with the ball, not his bat.
And what really started their Franklin Regionals, really, it was in the
Williams,
third
he's going to
inning.
try to go for third. Hit and run will not be in order. Crimboli makes the grab. And Luke Williams using the speed. So we'll stay here on the Wildcats Network in the bottom of the 7th. Cats down by 5. Down to their final 3 outs. Crimboli will be the first Wildcat up to the plate. 2-game winning streak on the line for the Cats. There are 2 victories in non-conference play. Actually, my apologies. I was accidentally looking at Franklin Regional schedule. Franklin Regional coming off 2 games, ending in extra innings at home. 2 non-conference games over the weekend against Seneca Valley and Connellsville. Or actually, not technically during the weekend. It was the 8th and the 9th. The only loss for the Panthers in conference play was against Kiski, a game that they lost on the road 11-7. 5-game winning streak on the line as well for the Cats after that 3-9 loss against Penn Trafford.
Yeah, again, it's really been that's really been their one hiccup on the season. They've pretty much controlled every game that they've played over the last couple of weeks. Really, the only close ones were that 8-inning walk-off against Penn Trafford, and the other one was a walk-off against Hempfield. So, apart from that, the Wildcats have been taking care of their business throughout the remainder of their season. They got 3 outs to try and get 5 runs, maybe more. But it's going to start with good approach by the Wildcats' best hitter tonight, Joey Crimboli.
And Crimboli, the single. His last time up, that was in the 5th, but that overshoot on the pop fly.
Mitchell still pitching for the Panthers.
Crimboli trying to swing on the first pitch, missing at strike 1.
The Wildcats will face Franklin Regional tomorrow at 4 o'clock at Haymaker Park. And then they get a week off of section play. They're going to play some tough non-conference games.
The 0-1 to left, over the glove of Perone. Crimboli on his way the second. He is going to get there with a leadoff double.
Good job there by Joey Crimboli. Being aggressive to start the ninth. It is a ninth inning.
It is the ninth.
It is the 9th inning, but officially the 7th.
9th high school rules.
You would be correct. There to correct me there.
Here comes Bolabosh.
Again, the bottom of the order for the Wildcats, and really both teams tonight have been really good. They were able to work the pitch count against both starters, both teams.
There's a strike. 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Wildcats a week from tomorrow will be at Norwin at 4 o'clock, and then they will head to Altoona. They'll play Forest Hills in that first game. So those, including the game tomorrow, is Bulabosh will strike out there.
They'll bring up short.
Short and Raza on deck if Short would reach.
Mercamboli still at second. High pitch for ball one.
So 33 pitches for his inning and a third of play.
At the same spot, 2-0. And that is going to get away. Cormboli on his way to the third and a 3-0 to short.
Here you go. Runner moves up in scoring position. If Josh Short can get on base here, the Wildcats will have something going. In the seventh. My guess is it's going to be Mitchell's seventh throughout the entirety of it, and
Short thought he had ball four.
Yeah, it did not look like he moved out of the way for it.
The 3-1, just like that, it's a full count.
Mitchell gave him something that I don't think Josh could resist there.
Called strike three.
Struck him out looking.
Panthers down to their final out. Well, the Panthers looking for their final out. They get it. They'll head back to Murraysville with a come-from-behind victory after they were down 5-2 to start this game, scoring 8 unanswered. Raza, ball one. Right when the pitching change had to be done. Short getting to the 100 count. The bases loaded. For the Panthers, Raza came in. And that big fifth inning for the Panthers, making all the difference. Lucas Brazil with that 3-run RBI double. Cormboli still a third. About 4. We're not done yet. Runners on the corners for Rubis. Or actually, I believe it's a Mon pitch hitting here. Oh, and that was actually Meeker who had that ball, not Raza. Or did he come in the pitch run? That's Sandy sub, so that actually was. Well, that was actually Aaron Chappell.
Yeah. Chappell working the walk there.
So he's the one who has the walk. And there's a strike.
Alex Ammon's first at bat of the night tonight.
Bottom of the order. Runners on the corners. Strike one.
And strike two. They're down to their final strike here on the Wildcats.
Oh, yes, my apologies.
Here, all good. Again, the wind's picking up on our, of course, at the end of the game.
The 0-2. Now 1-2.
Good take there by Alex. Mitchell stepped off there.
Ammon got him. This game is over. The come from behind victory for Franklin Regional is complete. They win here tonight 10-5. The fifth inning for the Panthers, making all the difference. Taking the lead on those 8 runs.
Great work by Mitchell to close out that game. He pitched the final 2 innings. He got all 5 he got 5 out of the 6 outs via the strikeout. And you know, if I'm doing my stats correct, Fioravanti, he had 7 strikeouts. Mitchell 5 to give Franklin Regional 12 there. Big night for Franklin Regional pitching after what was a tough 3rd inning.
And with the victory tonight, the Panthers go to 4-1 in conference play. They get their 9th win of the season. Cats are going to drop to 5-2 in conference play and 9-2 in overall play. So what do you think the big keys are, Richard, for the Cats, as these two teams will, of course, meet in Murraysville tomorrow? What do you think are the biggest keys for the Cats as they try to have a split on this 2-game series back-to-back days?
I think it's got to be, you got to have strong pitching tomorrow. I know it wasn't the ideal day to use both Aaron Chaplin and Joey Raza today. It was a tough day for Cole Short, but that was his first true tough day of the season. The Wildcats got to Nico Fioravanti in that 3rd inning, but they couldn't really put much pressure on him throughout the rest of the evening. So it'll be. I think the strong approaches have to be there tomorrow for the Wildcats, but also I think there was a lot of times. There were moments tonight, not a lot of times, but some moments tonight where the Wildcats, I don't think, were at their sharpest. Some lack of awareness plays, I think, hurt the Wildcats, especially that missed tag. That was an opportunity for the Wildcats to get some runs there, and they just couldn't. So it'll be interesting tomorrow. We do know that Kiski area did beat Armstrong in 5 innings tonight, so Kiski area is now they are at 4-2. Or Kiski area is at 2-4. Armstrong's at 2-4. Franklin Regional picks up a section win to get them to 4-1, and the Wildcats are 5-2, and the #1 team in 5A goes down tonight, unfortunately.
Well, my friends, I want to thank you all for joining us here tonight on the Wildcats Network. These two teams will, of course, meet in Murraysville tomorrow, and our friends at the Westmoreland Sports Network will have live coverage for you at 3:55 tomorrow if you would like to tune in. For everybody in our production crew here tonight, Ty Kale, our camera operator, our producer, Spencer Long. Also want to send a happy birthday to Spencer as well. His 20th birthday was yesterday. And for my broadcast partner, Richard Hillwig, I'm Colton Tobias, signing off from Greater Latrobe High School at Graham Sabota Field with the Franklin Regional Panthers taking down the Cats tonight. A come-from-behind victory as the Panthers head back to Murraysville with a 10-5 win here tonight.
I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for, and that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to a Paddock Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for digital days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
Why deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? We've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.